Alright, so hello everyone. Today I'm going to be actually doing a video on this little, I guess, command block idea that I had. Now, something that I seen ages ago was this little idea of an infinite parkour type of course, you know? You have all these maps and stuff that, you know, you could just watch someone play parkour and you'll know how to do it because you know, you could literally rehearse every single block that they do it on. However, in this course you can't. It's all randomized, you see. Every single block that you do jump to is completely randomized and it is infinite. It is I mean, you can literally go to 1,000,000 blocks. Now, before you do start building this, there are some complications. I'm not really the best at the command blocks, especially in Bedrock Edition, but this does work pretty well. So something that you might want to have to do is give the person playing a load of stone pressure plates to activate the command blocks in case the stone pressure plate somehow breaks before the command blocks are even activated. I've tested this a load and I've actually set this right here, this command block over here, to the perfect amount of ticks, which is 12. That's what I find to work the best. You might want to change this to 10 or to 15 if it doesn't work, that if it breaks the stone stuff. But we'll go over that in a minute. So essentially how this works is, this one right here is the one that we're copying right now. So if I just put, I don't know, some of these around it, you'll see that this is the one that we're copying. This is the one that we're essentially cloning each time. I am messing up right now. Just like that. Okay, so that's just the one that we're cloning. And we start on a platform. Let's just say that we start on this platform right here. So let's start and let's go. So you can see that the blocks counter on the right hand side goes up each time I step on the pressure plate. So I'm on 158, then 159, and it's totally randomized. I don't know what one goes next. Now I only have 6 different options currently for what the block jump could be. I have something that does actually happen if you jump way too fast away from the pressure plate. It doesn't actually delete it, which is totally fine. Because if someone's just playing the game, they'll just jump to the next one and then they'll activate it, and then they'll jump to the next one, then activate it. But if they for some reason go back and then hit the pressure plate again, they'll activate another one, and then it just gets a bit confusing. You know what I mean? So it's not that big of a problem, that kind of issue where if they jump too fast, the pressure plate stays there. But if they do jump back, and it just creates loads of different platforms. You know what I mean? But apart from that, it's pretty much, you know, it's pretty good. I think it's really good at just maybe if you want to do a timer or something to see how fast people can do the course, and how far they can go. It can make it so you can practice your parkour, I guess. And it's really simple to do. So yeah, I'm gonna go over how you do all this in a minute. But you can see we have, I think it's 3 different ones that sorry, we have 6 different orientations of block jumps. So I'm just going to show you a little demonstration of what they actually look like. Okay, so these are all the different ones. So the first one we have is a 2 block jump, which is just very, very simple. We have a 3 block jump, as you can see right here. We also have a 3 block jump off to the left by 1 block, so just like that. Then we have a 3 block jump off to the right by 1 block, and then a 2 block jump off to the left and a 2 block jump off to the right. You see, so that's all the different ones that I currently have. You can actually expand this to however many you want. I believe there might actually be a limit depending on how far you can actually push Minecraft. I think there is like a limit of 200 maybe. So that is way, way more than probably anyone needs. And plus as well, if that's the case, you can probably just, be a bit clever with command blocks and just change it so it actually fits in the area. I'll go over that right now. So essentially how these command blocks work, if you want to actually take notes, so the first one is this. So we want to execute at all players. So all players playing the game, you want to clone, and what this is essentially it's targeting this right here. So you need to have a pressure plate with a command block and a command block below it. So I'm actually going to go over these first. I think this is the best place to do it. So here we go. Execute at a random type equals armor stand, name equals connect. So the name essentially is what these armor stands are called. I'll show you how to summon these in a second. But you want to actually put this down. So what we're doing right here, this is going to be part of just the normal command block area, which is over here. So I've got everything in this screen right now is part of the command blocks. This one over here is the start of the actual parkour. So put a little pressure plate right here. It's the start of the parkour. It starts from here, and this is the place that it clones every single one of them from. So, yeah, so here it is. So it execute at a random armor stand named connect. This is how the whole randomizer works, because it randomly selects an armor stand, and then what it'll do is it'll fill -2 blocks below it, and one off to the left with a redstone block, as you can see. So essentially, that's how that works. So if you want to copy that command down, we'll go over that in a minute. So yeah, now you might be thinking, okay, so do I have to actually put these command blocks in certain areas? For some things, yes. For this, no. Because what you can see right here is it's executing at the actual armor stand. What that essentially means is normally it would go from the command block and where the command block is located. It doesn't. It goes from where the armor stand is located instead. So if you do this right here, perfect. And then you need to make sure that you're building this in the right orientation as well. So if we look on the map, where are maps? I'm not really good at all this Minecraft stuff. Where are the maps? Like down here somewhere. I don't know. They gotta be around here somewhere. Watch us like go past it like a million times. It's probably like in the middle here. Hello, maps. Am I blind? Where are the maps? Where are the maps? Okay, I can't find maps. There we go. So, here we are. So, if you want to build this, build it so... Oh, this is very annoying. Build it so the cursor is facing north. So if your thing is facing north, this is where you're going to put all the armor stands, and the actual course will be leading off into the east, as you can see on the map right here. So that is how you want to build this, because it is orientation dependent. You can actually change it so it's not, but then it gets a little bit confusing. If you actually want to just copy all the command blocks without any confusion or nothing and changing stuff, you may as well just do it like this, okay? So, yeah. So here we go. So you can see this is the first one we're doing right now. So we're actually executing a random armor stand named connect, and we're filling the area -2 to -1. Essentially, that is essentially where we're going to put a redstone block, at which the redstone block goes right here in between these two command blocks. That's where the redstone block essentially goes. So if you want to, you can just make it so it's you can have the exact coordinates of where you want it to go, which will be -364 -1 for me. But if you just, if you want to make it really easy for yourself, you may as well just get the actual coordinates from the armor stand using the little tildes. And you can see it's exactly the same for every single one, you can see. So execute at a clone this block to that block, 3 -2 0, and you can see that's exactly the same, apart from this one right here. You can see this one is a 4 instead. If you just want to compare again, so it's -363 3 -365 3. That's all the exact same, except it's 4 for this one. And why it's 4 is just because it's going from right here, this command block. It's going 4 blocks here, and yeah. So essentially, for this command right here, these commands, you can see it's using tildes as well as normal commands, normal coordinates, sorry. So we're actually executing at a clone, and we're cloning -363 3, which is this block right here, this command block right here, all the way up to the pressure plate, which is the 65 part, as you can see right here, -363 3. So it's actually cloning where these command blocks are, right here. Now if you want to have a look at the bottom command block, it simply is just 𝗂𝗏𝗁 players add at p blocks 1. That's all it is. And what you actually need to do to set this up first of all is to hold up and get my computer, my keyboard. I mean, when I do scoreboard, players add. Sorry. To start off, you need scoreboard objectives, add blocks dummy, and then just whatever you want to name it. So you want to just name it blocks. You know what I mean? Just like that. You know what I mean? So that's what you want to name it, and then it'll pop it up on. Well, you need to do an extra command to actually make it so it appears on the right hand side, which is just objectives, set display, and sidebar, and then blocks. That's what the other command is, to set it to the right hand side of your screen. So once you've done that and you have the blocks on the right hand side of the screen, every single time you hit a pressure plate, it'll activate the fill command for the redstone block to put it in a random area between all these command blocks in a random one, and then it'll add to the score. So that's what I have so far. Now, how to actually summon these armor stands? You just want to simply do /summon, and then you want to do armor stand, where you're currently standing, and the spawn event, just put, I don't know, anything. I'm just going to put the letter N just because it's there. And in the name tag string, you want to put connect, if I can spell it right. So that is actually what we're going to be listening to when we're doing the commands, is we're going to be looking for the name of connect. If the armor stand has that name, then perfect, you know? But I'm going to break this right now because it's in the way. But yeah, that's how I summoned all these. So it's all connect armor stands, and these are all the randomizers right here. So yeah, going down this line, we're just essentially adding one each time, you can see. So I have so I have 3 minus 2, 0, right here. Then we'll have 4 minus 2, 0. I don't know why I had an extra 0 there. Then we'll have 4 minus 2, 1. Then 4 minus 2, 1 again. Then 3 minus 2, 1. And then 3 minus 2, 1. 3 minus 2 minus 1, sorry. So what this essentially means is it's going from where the person's standing. This is how all the different block jumps are made. So it's really hard to describe. So I'll try and describe it the best I can. So essentially you are cloning these blocks as well as the pressure plate from yourself. So we are cloning 3 blocks in the X direction away from us, minus 2 blocks down. That is the exact same for each one, by the way. That has to be the exact same minus 2. And then for some of these, we are doing it in a little bit of the Z direction by 1 or 2 blocks. So the actual X direction, how it says 3, that means it will clone it to be a 2-block jump, sorry. It's always one less, you see. So if you put it 3 blocks away, it's going to be a 2-block jump. So this one right here that I'll show you, if you change this one right here, it'll be how big the block jump you want to be. So if it's a 4-block jump, you put 5. If it's a 3-block jump, you put 4. If it's a 2-block jump, you want to put 3. If it's a 1-block jump, put 2. For this one, it's obviously just a 2-block jump. And the minus 2 stays the same for all of these, no matter how many you want to add. Now this one right here, this tilde, this is the sway. So the sway on how far you want to go left or right. So this one right here, it has no sway. This one, however, it's going off to the right by 1 block. So if you want to go off to the right by 1 block, put a 1 there. So put a 1 if you want to go to the right by 1 block, put a minus 1 if you want to go to the left, which is, this is what this one done right here. So that's how all them work. But there's still a lot more to do. I still haven't even went over these commands right here. So yeah, if you do want to actually copy down these commands, essentially the end part is just how far away you want to clone it, and essentially that makes the block jump. These commands over here, then just essentially, oh, is that, I think a mob just spawned. Oh, there's mobs spawning. Guess yeah, make sure you turn that game rule off then. These are always the exact same. By the way, these are all the exact same command blocks, so you do have to actually clone these every single time, no matter how many you want to put down. These exact same copies of these command blocks need to be created. A little bit stupid, but it's just how this works. We can't actually create a repeating command block because that actually creates a lot of problems. Don't believe me if you don't want to, but it does. It's loads of problems, so you just have to do this every single time, and the command is just simply fill minus 363 minus 1 minus 864 minus 1 air. And essentially what that is it's this space right in between. So all the redstone blocks will be appearing in this line between the command blocks. So all you need to do is just need to take the coordinates of this area, take the coordinates of this area over here, and then fill it with air for this command block, which, as you can see right here, is minus 363 minus 1 minus 864 minus 1 air. So that is essentially it for that, for them command blocks. Now the last one we'll have to go over is just the repeating command block. Now this one actually determines the the what was it again? Just double check. Yeah, this one actually just destroys the stone pressure plates, because that is a big annoyance with this, is the fact that the stone pressure plates are essentially always on the blocks, so you can essentially just keep on activating them over and over and over again, and they don't ever get destroyed. So we need some system to destroy them. So we're going to go over that right now once I destroy all these. Okay, so here we go. So this is this one right here. So we'll have it on repeat, unconditional, always active, and we have execute at A, where the person is standing, detect where the person is standing, stone pressure plate 1. The 1 is very important. You need to make sure you have a 1 there, because that essentially is a different type of pressure plate. It's the pressure plate when it's active. So if it's a 0, that means the pressure plate is not active. So when you even try and jump to the pressure plate, it'll delete it without even activating it. So you need to make sure it's a 1, because it'll only delete it once it's active. And then you want to fill tilde, air. Very, very simple. There's no actual command fuckery or whatever anywhere. It's literally just where you're standing, fill it with air. Which is perfect. So that's what you want to have for that one right there. So just to go over, you can add as many of these as you want, these commands. It does get a little bit complicated with the fact that you have to, you know, configure your own block jumps and stuff. But if you just want to go off what I've done so far, you can certainly do that and then experiment with it later. Yeah, I think it's really, really cool. Obviously, you know, what this essentially does, these command blocks over here, if I didn't explain it good enough, obviously it fills all this area in between with air, at which a redstone block is placed. Every single time you step on a new pressure plate, it fills one of them blocks with a redstone block, and it says right here, fill -2, -1, -2, -1. Essentially that is going off where the armor stand is located, and it's going -2 blocks, -1, and it's just going right here. You know, it's filling in the area. So if we do actually test it out and have a look, you can see a redstone block will be placed and then immediately destroyed, because when it gets placed, it activates this command block, which sets this entire area in between with air, but it also activates this one right here, which essentially clones this command block set right here however many blocks away, you see? So we started on this command block right here, and it cloned it over to here. Do it again, clones it again. And if we step on the pressure plate again, you can see it does that. Now, obviously, it didn't actually delete the pressure plate, because I was moving away from it because I'm in fly mode. So that is the one problem that we do have right now. But I think it's honestly fine in general. It's just the fact that, you know, you can't really set up all the commands to do everything immediately. I guess you could have like another command block behind here instead of having this repeat command block, but honestly, having to do that every single time you want to make a new option, it's pretty tedious, and I don't know whether they'll actually do anything really in the long run, because you still have to put a little bit of a delay on it. So honestly, it's just gonna be a little bit of a problem, but not that bad, honestly. Especially when you're gonna have to stand here anyway to wait for the next one to appear. But I think it's the perfect delay, you know what I mean? Because it makes it so you can't activate it again. If I try to, look. Yeah, well, I guess you can, but that's only because of the fact that you're jumping. It can't actually detect the stone pressure plates, so I guess that's another thing that you could probably do, is tell people not to jump in the rules or whatever. And sometimes that happens as well, where sometimes it just doesn't spawn the thing, which is a little bit weird. I think that might just be a Minecraft bug, though, because you are physically standing on a pressure plate, it just hasn't detected it for some reason. So if you want to, if you're making this, give the people the stone pressure plates, or if you are spectating them or something, just put another stone pressure plate down if it doesn't spawn the thing, and it should do it afterwards. So if this one didn't spawn, if I put another one down, it will, you know what I mean? And if we'll just do this as well, oh, see, it didn't spawn that time. Keep on doing this, it spawns all of them, you see? Now, it doesn't do that one because that one is already taken up right now. It would have spawned it, but the area that it spawns is taken up by one of these three anyway. So if I destroy them now, it should actually spawn it. Yeah. Destroy again. There's that one over to the right. So I'm just showing you all the different options. And then to add a new option, if we wanted to, we can just simply clone all these command blocks. I'll actually do this for you guys as well. So what we need to do is put a barrier block here. That's how the armor stands are actually standing up. we need to copy all this right here. So I'm just going to simply get my phone. And little fun tip as well, if you go on the Xbox app, you can copy entire commands from the command input, because it brings up the little command thing. So yeah, so if I just reopen this, should update on my phone. If I have my Xbox linked up, I think I do. Yeah, I do. So then I can just simply, I done that wrong. I can just simply copy all the command right there, copy, and then paste it over here, just like that. So I can just copy and paste commands like that. I might go over that in a different tutorial if you guys want us to do so. But now we're going to set this to be a different block length. So we're going to do our first 4-block jump. So we're going to be 5 blocks away, and we're going to have the -2 there. So the -2 is going to stay the same because that's just how it pastes it in front of you. If you want to actually make it so like you have a 3-block jump, but it's like slightly levitated by a 1 block, like a 3-block 1 high jump, then you'll have to make that -2 to a -1 instead, you see? But for the most part, you're going to have it on -2 because most jumps that you do, it will be a, you know, it's a flat surface area, you know what I mean? And we're not going to have any tilt or nothing, so we're just going to put that as tilde. So we're not going to have it so it's tilted off the right or the left. So that's our block jump right there. You can see we also need to do this command here, which I'm actually going to put a barrier here in the way, just so I can put it down. So now we're going to copy this command here, and we're just going to simply paste over to the other one. So just like that. There we go, and it needs redstone. Make sure you have all these on needs redstone as well, just to let you know. So it needs redstone. This one needs to be always active, like a lot of chain command blocks are. This one has to be always active. This one, put this one on conditional as well, just so that you need to make sure that actually does the first one first, and then it adds it to the block total, because sometimes it just doesn't for some reason. But yeah, just to make sure, just a little thing to check for. And yeah, we'll just add a new one. Now, it won't actually spawn it yet because we haven't added the armor stand. And we do need to change some other things. So if we do want to do that right now, we'd need to do /summon armor stand, where I'm currently standing, spawn event, I'm just going to put N again, and I'm going to put connect. Boom. So I've just summoned an armor stand. It's a little bit off place, so if I just put it up here, there we go. Yeah. Not really in the center. There we go. So that works. But something that you might have noticed though is that we need to update every single one of these command blocks to be -9. Now what you could actually do is you could just make it so it's like -3. So like, yeah, this will be a way easier way of doing it actually. Is actually putting it on, you know, because this one's looking for this block right here. So I'd say change all these command blocks to be specific to what they're supposed to be right here. So this one's -4, and this one's -5, and -6. So I'm going to change these right now. So -5, then -6. Just makes it a little bit easier, you know, so you don't have to change every single one each time you add a new one. Makes it a little bit easier for you guys. -7, and just up it every single time, so then -8, and then we'll add a new one, which is going to be the -9. So we have the 7th option now for it to spawn. So let's see if it actually does spawn it. So we're going to do a little bit of a test right now. So we now have all of them sorted. Let's destroy all these, and we're going to see if it spawns a 4-block jump now, because currently we only have 2-block jumps and 3-block jumps. Now we're going to see if it spawns 4 blocks. So we'll just delete all these. It is a little bit complicated, guys, but it is something that you're going to have to, well, not going to have to understand it, but it is good to understand it. Did I? Yeah, I did. So something that you might do is you might actually step on this one by accident. It'll actually destroy the pressure plate, which is all fine as long as you put it back. And then put this pressure plate here just to start it off. So I have a 2-block to the left, I have a 3-block to the right, 2-block in front, 3 block to the left, 4 block. There it is. So we have our first little 4 block jump. It's added it. So then we're going to have to... There we go, done it. So 3 block to the left, and obviously it glitched out. And then we'll have another 4 block jump. This will be tragic if you actually play the game. If you get this many 4 block jumps. But I made it. Then 2 block to the left, 2 block to the right. You can see how fun this could actually be, because it's just totally random. Oh, actually... Yeah, that's the thing as well. If you actually try and preempt of it, it'll just put it really far away, which is a little bit weird, but you're going to have to stand still, you know what I mean? You have to stand still on these platforms. But it's pretty fun. I want to see if we can get another 4 block. Let's see if we can get another 4 block jump. Another 2 block, 3 to the right, 3 to the left, 3 to the right, 3 in front, 2 to the right, 2 to the left, 2 to the left. Doesn't seem like you want us to give us a 4 block jump no more. 3 to the right, 2 in front. Oh shit. Fell. Oh my god. Yeah, that glitched out. Oh. There we go. We got one finally, so we got another 4 block jump there. So you can see how this could be pretty fun. It does glitch out a little bit. I think it's glitched out more the fact that I'm actually live streaming, because it's got a little bit of a delay. But honestly, it's pretty fun, honestly. And to to be able to easily add new stuff onto it, it's pretty cool. But yeah, this is something you can do, guys, if you understand it. You need to have a little bit of command block knowledge to understand it. I normally do like commands that are like really easy to understand, and people get a little bit annoyed because they're so easy to understand, and I just kind of overcomplicate them, even though they're so easy. Because I try to make them easy, and then the people who understand it are like, right, get on with it, you know what I mean? But this channel is mainly, the tutorials that I do are mainly for people who are new to this stuff and don't understand any of it, that actually want to get started on commands and stuff, because it is pretty fun once you really get into it. And yeah, so this is something you could try and do if you're a little bit more experienced, and it's just something fun to kind of have as a world. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and yeah, I'll see you guys next one. Bye bye.